Hey, so people ask me sometimes, hey, what do you do to make sure you don't offend your patients? Okay, well, let me just share with you real quick. There's 3 really big things that I've always done to not offend the patients. Okay, first off, let's just get this out of the way. Let's keep everything that will get you sued for sexual harassment off the table. This is besides that. You ought to know that. If you've made it through dental school, you should have enough sense not to do that stuff. So none of the sexual harassment stuff. Now, what else can you do to avoid conflict in the office? All right, number 1, big deal coming up this year, politics. Nobody wants to talk about politics. How do you know? You may think the guy sitting in your chair is 100% on your side on everything. They may be 180 degrees from what you think, okay? That can ruin things to the point these days, I wouldn't be surprised if you start talking about politics. Next thing you know, you got a bad Google review. Heck, for all I know, they might turn you into the state board the way things go these days. So let's just keep politics off the table. Number 2, religion. What difference does it make what religion your patient is and what religion you are? They don't care what religion you are, so let's just keep that off the table, right? No reason to talk about that unless you 100% know the person in your chair. You go to absolutely church with that person, then hey, that's fine. But if you don't know, just don't even mention it. So we say in our office there's 3 things we do not talk about: politics, religion, and down here is a really big one, maybe the biggest, SEC football. Now you really don't want to talk about SEC football unless you know for sure the patient in your chair is on your exact side. So like here in Mississippi, it's a big deal between Mississippi State and Ole Miss. I went to Mississippi State. For goodness sakes, my own dad went to Ole Miss. We don't even talk about SEC football without offending each other, right? So you got to keep that. If you say the wrong thing about your football team, that could ruin the relationship. So just don't do it. That can ruin things forever. Now you can say things like, hey, my team sucks, and if they agree with you, then that's great. You can be self-deprecating, but don't start bragging about your team about anything. It's real bad here. I don't know how it is up north. It's real bad here. It's real bad in Alabama. It's real bad between Alabama and Auburn. One time I went to a dental conference and a guy came up and said, hey, it was in Birmingham, Alabama, and said, hey, are you Alabama or Auburn? And I said, I went to Mississippi State. And then he's like, oh, hey, how are you doing? Great to meet you. I have a feeling if I'd given the wrong answer, it's going to ruin the rest of the day for everybody. So down here in the South, keep it to a minimum when you're talking about the football. Up north, hey, I don't know. But down here, it's a big deal. So that's the 3 things. Keep it out of politics, religion, and down here, SEC football, and you should be good to go.